Microsoft Copilot. Explored several powerful AI tools so far, each with their own strengths and ideal use cases. Now I want to introduce you to something that takes a fundamentally different approach to how AI fits into your life. This is Microsoft Copilot, and what makes it special is not just what it can do, but where it lives and how seamlessly it integrates into work you are already doing every single day. Set the stage for why Microsoft Copilot represents such an important development in the AI landscape. About the tools we have discussed so far. ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, these are all standalone applications. To use them, you need to open a separate website or app. Switch away from whatever you're working on, type your question or request, get your answer, and then manually bring that information back into your actual work. This works, and millions of people do it every day, but there is friction involved. Every time you switch contexts, you lose a little bit of focus and momentum. Every time you copy and paste between applications, there is a small but real cost to your productivity. Microsoft Copilot eliminates that friction entirely by embedding AI assistants directly into the applications where you already spend your working hours. If you work in an office environment, chances are extremely high that you use Microsoft products daily. Word for documents, Excel for spreadsheets and data analysis, PowerPoint for presentations, Outlook for email, Teams for communication and meetings. Applications are so ubiquitous in professional settings that they have become almost invisible, like electricity or running water. Do not think about them. Use them. Imagine having an intelligent AI assistant available inside each of these applications, one that understands the specific context of what you are working on. You are writing a report in Word, and the AI can help you draft sections, summarize existing content, or rephrase paragraphs for different audiences, all without leaving Word. Staring at a complex spreadsheet in Excel, and the AI can write formulas for you, analyze trends in your data, or create visualizations, all without switching to a separate tool. Preparing for a presentation in PowerPoint, and the AI can transform your rough notes into polished slides with appropriate layouts and designs. This is what Copilot delivers. Copilot itself is meaningful and worth understanding. In aviation, a Copilot is not there to fly the plane instead of the pilot. Copilot assists, handles specific tasks, monitors systems, and provides support so the pilot can focus on the most important aspects of flying. Microsoft chose this name deliberately to communicate how they envision AI in the workplace. Copilot is not meant to replace you or do your job for you. Meant to handle routine tasks, provide intelligent assistance, and free you to focus on the work that requires human judgment, creativity, and expertise. The integration spans across the Microsoft 365 suite comprehensively. In Word, Copilot helps with writing, editing, summarizing, and transforming documents. Excel, it assists with data analysis, formula creation, and visualization. PowerPoint, it helps create and design presentations. Outlook, it drafts emails, summarizes long email threads, and helps manage your communications. Teams, it can summarize meetings you missed, extract action items, and help you stay on top of collaborative work. Breadth of integration means that wherever you are working within the Microsoft ecosystem, AI assistance is available. Microsoft Copilot is not just for business professionals working in office applications. There is also GitHub Copilot, which brings the same philosophy to software development. GitHub is the world's largest platform for hosting and collaborating on code, used by millions of developers worldwide. GitHub Copilot provides AI assistance directly within code editors, suggesting code completions, writing entire functions based on comments describing what you want, and helping developers work faster and more effectively. Those of you who write code or aspire to learn programming, GitHub Copilot represents one of the most practical and immediately useful AI tools available. Standing Microsoft Copilot adds another dimension to your AI toolkit. ChatGPT and Claude are powerful for dedicated AI interactions, and Perplexity excels at research. Copilot brings AI into the fabric of everyday work in a way that feels less like using a separate tool and more like having your existing tools become smarter. Continue through this section. I will show you exactly how Copilot works in each application and how you can leverage it to transform your productivity. Why Copilot AI is unique. Now that you understand what Microsoft Copilot is at a high level, let me explain in detail why this tool is genuinely unique in the AI landscape. There are several characteristics that distinguish Copilot from the other AI tools we have explored, and understanding these will help you recognize when Copilot is the right choice and how to maximize its value. First, and perhaps most important distinguishing feature is that Copilot is embedded directly in the tools professionals use every single day. It might sound like a simple difference, but its implications are profound. The psychological and practical barriers to adopting any new technology need to remember it exists, navigate to it, learn how it works, and figure out how to incorporate it into your existing workflows. Barriers, even when each is small, individually, collectively prevent many people from ever using powerful tools that could genuinely help them. It sidesteps these barriers entirely. You do not need to remember to use a separate AI tool because the AI is right there in the application you are already using. You do not need to learn a new interface because Copilot works within the familiar interface of Word, Excel, or PowerPoint. You do not need to figure out how to transfer information between applications because Copilot operates directly on your actual documents, spreadsheets, and presentations. Embedded approach dramatically increases the likelihood that people will actually use AI assistance regularly rather than occasionally remembering it exists. Second unique characteristic is that Copilot is deeply context aware. To use ChatGPT or Claude, you need to provide context explicitly. To explain what you are working on, paste in relevant text, describe what you need. AI only knows what you tell it in that conversation. Copilot, by contrast, already has access to what you are working on. Invoke Copilot in a Word document, it can see the entire document. Use it in Excel, it understands your spreadsheet structure, your data, your existing formulas. Use it in Outlook, it can read the email thread you are responding to. Context awareness transforms what is possible. Instead of asking an AI to write a formula and then explaining what your data looks like, you can simply say, create a formula that calculates the percentage change between columns B and C, and Copilot understands exactly what you mean because it can see your spreadsheet. Instead of pasting an email and asking for a response, you can simply tell Copilot to draft a reply, and it understands the full context of the conversation. This reduces the effort required to get useful AI assistance and improves the quality of the results because the AI is working with complete information rather than whatever fragments you remember to provide. A distinguishing feature is that Copilot helps with both productivity tasks and coding, bridging a gap that has traditionally separated business users from technical users. AI tools tend to focus on one audience or the other. GPT handles both, but as a general purpose tool. Copilot provides specialized, deeply integrated assistance for both worlds. Microsoft 365 Copilot serves business professionals in their document and communication workflows. GitHub Copilot serves developers in their coding workflows. Both use similar underlying technology, but are tailored to the specific needs and contexts of their respective users. It matters because the modern workplace increasingly blurs the line between business and technical roles. Marketing professionals need to work with data. Managers need to understand automation. Executives benefit from basic technical literacy. Offering AI assistance across this spectrum within tools people already use, Copilot helps bridge these traditional divides and makes AI accessible regardless of whether someone identifies as technical or non-technical. Fourth unique characteristic is how Copilot bridges the gap between business and technical AI use. For years, AI was something that required specialized knowledge to leverage effectively. You needed to understand APIs, write code, or navigate complex interfaces. Copilot democratizes AI by making it accessible through natural language requests within familiar applications. A sales manager who has never written a line of code can ask Copilot to analyze their sales data and generate insights. A human resources professional can ask Copilot to summarize policy documents. A developer can ask GitHub Copilot to write boilerplate code. The same underlying AI technology serves vastly different users through interfaces tailored to their specific needs and contexts. This bridge between business and technical use cases makes Copilot uniquely valuable for organizations looking to increase AI adoption broadly rather than just among technically sophisticated employees. It lowers the barrier to entry while still providing powerful capabilities for those who want to push further. Key features of Copilot. Let's examine the key features of Microsoft Copilot in depth, because understanding these capabilities will help you recognize how this tool can transform your daily work. The feature addresses specific pain points that professionals encounter regularly, and together they create something genuinely transformative for workplace productivity. First key feature is that Copilot is built specifically for productivity and workplace tasks. Focus gives Copilot a clarity of purpose that general-purpose AI tools sometimes lack. Engineers at Microsoft designed Copilot. They were not trying to create an AI that could discuss philosophy, generate creative fiction, or answer general knowledge questions. They were laser-focused on helping people get their work done more efficiently. Focus manifests in how Copilot's features are designed and prioritized. Think about the tasks that consume most of your working hours. Writing documents, analyzing data, creating presentations, managing email, attending meetings. These activities are necessary but often tedious. They require effort, but do not always engage your highest value skills. Copilot specifically targets these productivity bottlenecks. It handles the mechanical aspects of work so you can focus on the strategic and creative aspects that truly require human judgment. Consider a practical example. To write a quarterly business review document. Copilot, you might spend hours staring at a blank page, organizing your thoughts, drafting sections, revising for clarity, and formatting for consistency. Copilot, you can describe what the document should contain, have Copilot generate a first draft, and then spend your time refining and adding your unique insights rather than struggling with a blank page. Total time decreases dramatically, but more importantly, your time shifts toward higher value activities. Second key feature is seamless integration into apps you already use. I emphasize how significant this is because it addresses one of the biggest barriers to AI adoption in workplace settings. Organizations try to introduce new tools, they face resistance. They're busy. Established workflows. Doing something new feels like a burden on top of already demanding jobs. Adoption is slow and often incomplete. Copilot avoids this problem by meeting people exactly where they already are. If you know how to use Word, you already know most of what you need to use Copilot in Word. AI appears as a natural extension of the application you already understand. There is no separate login, no new interface to learn, no disruption to your existing workflows. Simply start asking for help within the tools you already use daily. Integration is technical as well as experiential. Copilot does not just sit alongside your Office applications, it genuinely understands them. It knows what a Word document is, how Excel formulas work, what makes a good PowerPoint slide. Deep integration allows Copilot to provide assistance that is specifically relevant to each application rather than generic AI responses you would need to adapt yourself. Third key feature is that Copilot covers both business workflows and software development. Dual focus is unusual and valuable. Most AI tools specialize in one area or the other. Copilot provides world-class assistance for both, allowing organizations to standardize on a single AI approach across their entire workforce. Business workflows. Microsoft 365 Copilot handles documents, spreadsheets, presentations, email, and collaboration. Software development, GitHub Copilot handles code writing, debugging, testing, and documentation. Underlying technology shares common foundations, but each implementation is tailored to its specific domain. A developer using GitHub Copilot gets assistance that understands programming languages, coding conventions, and software development workflows. A business professional using Microsoft 365 Copilot gets assistance that understands business documents, data analysis, and professional communication norms. Fourth key feature is how Copilot helps learners become AI-powered professionals. This is not just about using AI as a crutch to avoid learning, it's about using AI to accelerate learning and extend capabilities. When you ask Copilot to write an Excel formula, you can see the formula it creates and learn from it. Ask GitHub Copilot to write a function. You can study the code and understand patterns you might not have known. AI becomes a learning tool, not just a productivity tool. Students and early career professionals, this is transformative. Tackle projects that would otherwise be beyond your current skill level, learning as you go with AI assistance. For experienced professionals, it means continuously expanding your capabilities by observing how AI approaches problems. Most effective Copilot users do not just accept AI outputs blindly. Engage with them, understand them, and grow their own skills in the process, hands-on practice. Let us get concrete and walk through exactly how Microsoft Copilot works in each major application. I want you to understand not just that Copilot can help, but specifically how to invoke it and what kinds of requests produce the best results. End of this section, you should feel ready to start using Copilot immediately in your own work. Start with Copilot in Microsoft Word, where most professional writing happens, from brief memos to extensive reports. Copilot in Word can help you in several powerful ways. First, it can draft content for you. If you need to write a report, you can describe what the report should cover, and Copilot will generate a first draft. I might say something like draft a 2-page executive summary of our Q3 marketing performance, focusing on digital campaign results and recommendations for fourth quarter. Copilot will create that draft based on your description and any relevant content already in your document. Second, Copilot in Word excels at summarizing existing documents. If you have a lengthy report and need to extract the key points, you can ask Copilot to summarize it. This is invaluable when reviewing documents created by others, or when you need to distill your own lengthy work into a shorter format. Third, Copilot can rephrase and transform text. If you've written something in a casual tone and need it more formal, or vice versa, Copilot can rewrite it. If you need to simplify complex technical language for a general audience, Copilot can help. These transformation capabilities turn Copilot into a powerful editing assistant. Moving to Microsoft Excel, this is where Copilot's capabilities feel almost magical to many users. Excel is powerful but intimidating. Many professionals know that Excel could help them analyze data, but they struggle with formulas, functions, and the complexity of advanced features. Copilot changes this entirely by letting you describe what you want in plain language. Formula? Instead of trying to remember the exact syntax, just ask. Create a formula that calculates the average sales for each region, or write a formula that flags any expense over $5,000. Copilot understands your request, examines your spreadsheet structure, and creates the appropriate formula. You can also ask Copilot to analyze trends in your data, highlight patterns, or even build complete dashboards. Tasks that might take an Excel expert an hour can be accomplished in minutes by anyone who can describe what they need in plain English. Microsoft PowerPoint, Copilot transforms how presentations are created. All experience the tedium of building slides, choosing layouts, formatting text, and trying to make everything look professional. Copilot can take text content, perhaps notes from a document or an outline you have written, and transform it into a complete presentation with appropriate slide structures and designs. Paste in a project summary and ask Copilot to create a 10-slide presentation from it. Copilot will organize the content logically, choose appropriate layouts for different types of information, and produce something that looks professional and polished. You'll need to review and refine, but the heavy lifting of initial creation is handled. This is particularly valuable for people who are knowledgeable about their subject matter, but struggle with presentation design. In Outlook and Teams, Copilot helps manage the overwhelming volume of communication that characterizes modern work. Threads can grow to dozens or hundreds of messages. These happen constantly. Important information gets buried in the noise. Copilot can summarize long email threads so you can quickly understand the key points and current status. Draft email responses based on the context of the conversation. Teams, it can summarize meetings you missed, extract action items, and help you stay current without requiring you to watch every recording or read every message. Finally, for developers, GitHub Copilot provides code-level assistance directly in your development environment. Write code, Copilot suggests completions. Comment describing what a function should do, and Copilot will suggest the implementation. A function, and Copilot will predict what you are trying to accomplish and offer to complete it. Also write tests, documentation, and help debug issues. Developers report significant productivity improvements once they learn to work effectively with Copilot, treating it as a collaborative partner rather than just an autocomplete tool. These applications represents an opportunity to work smarter. Key is starting to use Copilot and building the habit of asking for AI assistance when facing tasks that are tedious, complex, or unfamiliar. Copilot versus ChatGPT versus Claude. We've now explored Microsoft Copilot alongside ChatGPT and Claude. The tool has distinct strengths and ideal use cases. We provide a comprehensive comparison that will serve as your decision-making framework, helping you choose the right tool for any given situation you encounter. Starting with the fundamental nature of each tool, the differences are significant. Copilot is an AI assistant integrated directly into the Microsoft ecosystem. It lives inside the applications you use for work and operates on your actual documents, spreadsheets, and presentations. ChatGPT is a versatile, standalone AI designed for an extremely wide range of use cases. Interact with it through its own interface, bringing context to it rather than having it embedded in your workflow. Claude is a standalone AI built on constitutional AI principles, emphasizing safety and careful, balanced responses. ChatGPT, it operates through its own interface rather than being embedded in other applications. This architectural difference, embedded versus standalone, has profound implications for how you use each tool. Copilot is best when you are already working in a Microsoft application and want AI assistance without leaving that context. GPT and Claude are best when you want dedicated AI interaction, perhaps for brainstorming, research, or tasks that do not fit neatly into a specific application. Examine what each tool does best, the strengths become clear. Copilot excels at office tasks, productivity, documentation, and coding through GitHub Copilot. Deep integration with Microsoft applications means it understands these specific contexts better than any standalone tool could. If you need to write an Excel formula, analyze data in a spreadsheet, or create a PowerPoint presentation, Copilot's contextual awareness gives it a significant advantage. GPT excels at coding, brainstorming, and multi-domain tasks requiring flexibility. Versatility means it can handle almost anything you throw at it competently. It excels at summarization of long documents, analysis requiring careful balance, and situations where ethical considerations matter. Large context window and thoughtful design make it ideal for complex analysis. Text handling differs significantly across the three tools. Copilot's context is limited but works within apps, meaning it can see your document or spreadsheet but is not designed for extremely long conversations or documents outside the Microsoft ecosystem. ChatGPT's context is strong and continues to improve but varies by subscription plan. Claude offers very long context handling that makes it exceptional for processing substantial documents in their entirety. What this means practically. You have a 50-page document to analyze and you are working outside Microsoft applications, Claude's context window gives it a clear advantage. If you are working on that document in Word, Copilot can operate on it directly. If you need a flexible conversation that might go in unexpected directions, ChatGPT's versatility serves well. These platforms represent another key difference. Copilot is accessed through Microsoft 365 applications and GitHub, meaning you need to be using those tools to benefit from it. ChatGPT is accessed through its own apps, website, and API, plus numerous third-party integrations. It is accessed through its website, API, and integrations with tools like Slack and Notion. For existing technology, Stack influences which tools are most accessible to you. Tone and style differences reflect the design priorities of each tool. It maintains a task-focused, professional tone appropriate for workplace productivity. There to help you get things done efficiently rather than to engage in wide-ranging conversation. ChatGPT tends toward a more creative, flexible style that can be playful, enthusiastic, or adapt to various conversational needs. It maintains a more cautious, balanced approach that acknowledges complexity and avoids extreme positions. For ideal use cases, here is my practical guidance. Copilot is best for professionals who spend significant time in Microsoft 365 applications or developers who use GitHub. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and Teams are central to your daily work. Copilot can transform your productivity in ways that standalone AI tools cannot match because of its deep integration. For developers, GitHub Copilot provides coding assistance that is more contextually aware than using a separate tool. GPT remains the best choice for general purpose AI needs, creative projects, and situations requiring maximum flexibility. Do not know exactly what you need or want to explore possibilities through conversation. ChatGPT's versatility shines. It is ideal for research, enterprise applications, compliance-sensitive work, and knowledge-heavy professional tasks. You need careful, balanced analysis, or when you are processing very long documents, Claude's design philosophy serves well. Its effective approach is developing proficiency with multiple tools and selecting based on the specific situation. Copilot when you are working in Microsoft applications and want embedded assistance. ChatGPT when you need flexible, creative AI interaction. Claude when you need careful analysis or are working with lengthy documents. This flexibility, choosing the right tool for each task, is the hallmark of sophisticated AI users and will serve you well as these tools continue to evolve.